Hey guys, it's KC Gilly. I thought I'd show you around the secret garden a little bit. I hadn't done much out here in a while, so give you guys a little look-see. Well, all my strawberries are ready to start partying. You can see I've got flowers all over them, guys. And this, when I brought these out here, these strawberries, this was one single plant, and I stuck it in this old cruddy ground. And it has spread itself around this far. Just like this perpetual spinach was one pitiful little leaf. And it's, I'm gonna have to cut that dude down to almost nothing to start putting in the stuff in the next month or so. For now though, I'm just showing you the shape, and this hasn't even been getting watered. All of this stuff is just my thriving leftovers living off of nature. You see I got some red cabbage in there. It's not necessarily hidden, but it didn't get thrown away. Still could probably cut it up and make some slaw. Got a little bit more weeding to do out here. Haven't done any really. But look at these onions. Oh man. They're starting to get a little bit of size down in there. I'm loving it. Isn't that pretty? Look at them big old things. Let's see here. There's my thumb. It's about almost double my thumb now. It was 97 degrees here 2 days ago. And this morning, with the wind chill and everything, it was 36. So I have already stuck some tomatoes in the ground at the house, and I'm keeping an eye on them. They seem to handle it just fine, as long as it didn't get plumbed down to freezing. But I may put some frost cloth up tonight because I think it's going to get a little cooler. All right. See the red ones in there? The same kind of thing. They're doing really good. All these onions were planted back in October. And these are yellow onions. You can see without me digging. They're all about double my thumb width now. This guy in the middle here looks even bigger than that. It's a pretty good one. They're doing nice. I'm tickled with them. This is my first year with onions. I grew them from seed and planted them in October. Doing really good. And as you can see, I've got some nice broccoli seed I'm working on here. Just wasn't meant to be, so I'm not sweating this stuff. This is some more leftovers. I'll show you my seed starts real quick, and then we'll go take a look at that 40-foot long greenhouse. All right. So I just potted a bunch of this stuff up, mostly because I put 2 seeds in each quadrant of my seed starting tray. And every single one of them came. So I took out all my doubles, put them in these, potted them. And I'm gonna let these guys just hang out in the seed tray for right now, but got a little bit of chives coming there, let them get a little size to them, some oregano. And still got plenty of pink Berkeley tie-dye, Ananas Noir. My celebrities, gosh, I have a lot of celebrities. I'm gonna sell some of this stuff, I think. And I got some bell peppers coming. Now, this cool weather did have my peppers that I overwintered looking like crap there at the yard, so it may have got them, and that's my fault for being sloppy, but I'm hoping they're okay. You can see behind here, I have some Jolene tomatoes. This is my first year for those. And that is more celebrities. Some Carmen peppers. I'm excited about those guys. They look like they're gonna be good, and they're sweet peppers. I'm ready to check that out. All right, and that's some Better Boys. And you can see over here, more celebrity. Got some Sun Golds, some yellow pear, and there's beef steak and Better Boy. I have quite a bit of variety, but I do have a whole lot of celebrity. And the reason I grew so many of those is because I know they do well here in my area. Of all the things that grows well, that will surely make me some stuff. So, got this stuff. All right, let's see here. And I can't remember what flavor this is. Let's see, pink Berkeley tie-dyes. Got a bunch of those guys in there. Little cauliflower stuff hanging in there. These Sugar Rush peach peppers haven't hardly moved. I probably ought to go ahead and pot them up, but first I gotta make some room, getting rid of some of my bigger stuff. I got some basil there, and I have two different kinds. I have the Genevieve or Genovese, I can't remember what it's called, and I think the other is a Thai basil, and I just threw it all in there, and I'll separate it shortly. But you know, I've got plenty going on underneath this table. I got enough to supply that 40-foot greenhouse now, not counting what's already at my house in the ground, so I ought to be in good shape. All right, guys, I still haven't got the door on and even finished cutting my boards to go around here, so there's still stuff to do. However, my irrigation is working. You can kind of see the lines where it's pushed up there. I've started letting the water run underneath. You can't see it on top. This stuff's almost like peat moss. You know what I mean? It's repellent of water until you get it soaked in. And I haven't soaked this thing yet, but you can see down here it's taken because it's the lowest place. And looks like I got a leak. Dadgummit. So I need to do some plumbing here. That's why I'm scared. I do have some pressure regulators to put on here, but I've had them everything's just cut on really low to hopefully save me. But that's a pretty good leak there. I'm gonna have to cut that off. But everything is installed, just a little bit of TLC now. You see I got a little electric box in there for my electric stuff. Put this Baylite temperature controller up here. I don't know if you can see it in the video because it's fluctuating so much. Saying it's 46 degrees in here. And if I had a heater plugged in, the light is on that where a heater would be on right now. As far as the air conditioning goes, when it gets 90 degrees, this guy comes on and gets to work. So that's pretty handy. All right. But this is where I'm at with it. And this is what I was talking about with the lattice. And right now it looks like crud, but what I'm thinking is I'm going to take an auger bit on a drill and go through at a 45-degree angle downwards and plant grapevines where they're sticking out through the holes in that lattice. And that's not exactly where it's going to go, but right there, kind of nice and neat. And just let the stuff crawl up, see what's going on there. Give me some pretty for my wall. Spread that stuff out. Anywho, my raised beds are here. Besides the little plumbing leak, at least I'm pretty well done now with the electrical and with the plumbing. The only thing electric-wise I still need to do is I've got a little fan, and it's gonna blow from this side this way because this is taking out the hot air, but I have a pretty good sized fan. It ought to do the job, but I'll have to run a little extension cord over here on this end. Besides that though, and a door, a little bit of trim, it's coming. I'm getting there, and I've got to hurry. As y'all seen, I've got all those plants got to go somewhere. Anywho, that's my little shorty update here at the Secret Garden. I'll show you my house though when I get home in a minute for lunch. Okay guys, I'm at my place now. Here are the grapevines. I'm hoping they look like they're doing okay. Hopefully some of them make it. I'm gonna plant them out there at that 40-foot greenhouse. I got some marigolds started. Now I'll take you outside and show you what's a little update on outside. Well, there's still no sign on my taters. They haven't popped up yet, but they got some good rainwater last night. These guys were planted in the ground last year. Like I say, I'm letting this right here just kind of grow up for right now. And it's having its year of rest, but this was there already and I'm not messing with it. I come out here and clip it off when I need some green onions on my food for a baked tater or something. And my wife, we went through here and cleaned these guys up. And there is all kinds of little bananas and cannas sprouting under this stuff. All that stuff's loose. She just pulled it back because we have this cold weather and we don't want anything to get harmed. So in the meantime though, we've pruned our rose bushes and we're gonna try Next Level Gardener. Showed us that if you pin a rose bush down, the long limbs of it, it'll bloom more because the rose flowers come up to the top. You can see that lettuce that just, I needed some space to plant lettuce. I'm just gonna have to make a bunch of salads in the next little bit. But got that stuff kind of cleaned up there. You see another one pinned down here, a long one. We're gonna test this theory here and see if that seems to work out. That dude's pinned down. All right. And same kind of things going on over here. My strawberries here are the same as out there. Got all kind of strawberries starting. This planter seems to be doing a little better now that it's out in the sun. So I may actually have a few carrots out of that by the time we're all said and done. Some of these other things going on. All right, there's a couple more rose bush limbs there. You see all the little lettuce that I just cast seeds because they were leftovers? They're coming up all over the place. I'll leave them as long as I can. If I don't eat it, it's okay. It's pretty affordable. Right here is probably going to be a tomatoes or squash or something. Last year it was tomatoes, and I don't want to keep the same thing all the time, so I don't know. Maybe squash, zucchini. I'm not sure yet. And here by my greenhouse is where my Egyptian spinach was last year. Like I said, I still got to run that irrigation. I haven't got it yet. But look at the pomegranates. They're ready to start right now. So it's a good thing I got that stuff pruned up and thinned out. Now we'll go inside of here in this old greenhouse and show you what I got. The iceberg lettuce is getting kind of bigger now. It may, some of them even look like they might want a head. That'd be kind of cool. My onions out over here are doing great as well. They get plenty of water. Haven't fertilized anything. But got carrots and lettuce and onions all right here. My winter leftovers. Citrus trees, put them in here because of the cool weather. I've got a little bit of Mexican squash and China jade cucumber, some zucchini, and some Marketmore cucumber getting ready. I may have to bring them in the house tonight. Planted my dill down here to let it get a start anyway, the little bit that I got. My peppers look kind of rough. I plucked all the peppers off of them. I actually had quite a bit of peppers on there. And I went ahead and put these Aunt Ruby German green in the ground in here. They ought to be okay. As long as it doesn't get 32 degrees. Seems like the tomatoes, they may not like it and stun them a little bit, but they do pretty well. And this real estate is soon to be tomato land here too. These got carrots here. They're looking kind of big up in there. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm trying to give them time. We'll see. I may have a bunch more shorties like me and Bubba dug up last time. These cabbage getting good size now. Now that's a decent head. My family and I could munch out on that. And that one's a little smaller, but with all those leaves around the side, golly. And look here at this one. This one's even bigger. You know what I mean? That's a store-bought head of cabbage there. And the onions are all getting big too. A little more strawberries. You can see down in there. They're making as well. And I got a little bit of red cabbage back here in the corner. And cauliflower maybe? Yeah, I think that's cauliflower down in there. It's trying. We'll see. And that's bunching onions. Alright, so that's kind of where my greenhouse is at the moment. Let's go look around. Perpetual spinach hanging in there. My strawberries here doing well too. The asparagus, it's already turned into a dadgum bush. So, won't be just a minute and I'll have a bunch of that stuff coming out. And this is cleared out for something. I'm not sure. I haven't made up my mind. It stays a little darker over here, so trying to plant the right stuff in the right spot, and I'm getting it down a little better this year. I told you guys that it's going to go to seed. Oh well. And I've got this red one here making a head. So I'm leaving it for a minute. You can see them onions in there. Look how big them things getting. Pretty good. The comfrey's coming back. And my fig tree is ready to party. It says it's time for it as well. Got that dude pruned a while back. My dog, the big one, not the little skinny one shaking. She's laying on cilantro. Choco, get up, get out of that. Good golly, Miss Molly, I can't win for losing. All right, and all along here is where I planted the beets. I believe there are some of them beginning. Let me see if I can find one for you. I see some clover and stuff too, so I'm not sure. I'm still waiting on them. All right, well, and here are my propagated figs that came off of that tree in October. I cut some stuff off, and I ended up with 5 trees off of it. I gave one to my mother-in-law. A couple more strawberries hiding right there. And I have a couple more cauliflower that look good. They're not ready, but maybe with the, I've got a cloth over the top of my head, a shade cloth, so I need to munch out on all this dadgum lettuce. I need a bunch of rabbits for family members so we can knock this stuff out. But you can see them old Palka tomatoes hiding in the middle. Some spinach, more lettuce, more cauliflower. See, that one I may get something, we'll see. Got a sun gold hiding back there in the corner and some kale. All right, some more kale and lettuce. And lots of old Palka. They took off the best of everything this year. And so I'm hoping I'm gonna get some of that stuff by the end of my spring harvest before it gets too hot. I know I'm saying that in some 40-something degree weather right now, but like I said, it was 97 just a day or two ago. Got a little Amish paste over here. A couple of those guys. Some more lettuce. Old Palka. Hollyhocks. Old Palka. And that's kind of what I've got in the ground. Now I also have this spot here at the back end of my greenhouse, close to my house here. Last year we had cucumbers and stuff growing here, and we may do the same thing just because the fence gives it something to crawl on. It's a little easier. But I am going to lay down. I got some of that good tarp, the good stuff, expensive. So I've got to cut some pieces and figure out what I want to plant for sure here. From about this AC unit over, we get real good sun all day long. Pretty good here. Just on the other side of the fence, same thing, but my wife's being kind of funny about the other side of the fence, so I may not do nothing. And I'll probably use some real estate along this side as well of my greenhouse. As you can see, I haven't taken my sides off. I'm not ready to risk that yet. But I've got frost cloth ready if I need to put it over there. It's old Palka tomatoes and stuff. But anywho, folks, that's my end of February update, and I'll keep y'all posted. Need to do a little bit more work on my greenhouse out there, but getting there. I'm gonna have it in the ground in time. At least I can plant right now if I need to. So.